So yesterday I decided to watch the MKUltra hearing from the House Oversight Committee, wherein the stated and supposed goal is to find the truth and prevent such experimentation from proceeding or occurring ever again. In hindsight, as well as while viewing the testimonies from the likes of Tom O'Neill, who, as much as I don't quite find to be a reliable source of information per se, namely when it comes to the case of Charles Manson specifically, where I think Nicholas Schreck fills my mind and fills more of the gaps in my mind in a way which makes more sense into a conclusion that I find highly more probable of a scenario, even though there really will never be such a final conclusion, as it's such a convoluted mess, and most of the people are now dead, including Manson and of course Sharon Tate, though I mean Roman Polanski's still alive, so it's possible he might have some info, but I agree with Nicholas Schreck's posit about it being a drug deal gone wrong. Nonetheless, that resulted in me taking a venture out to Barnes & Noble real quick to grab a copy of this book right here, Chaos. I haven't started reading it yet, but it regards the quite questionable reasoning stated behind the case of the Tate LaBianca murders, as the prosecution, namely Vincent Bugliosi, is full of shit, like by and large. To what end? I agree with Schreck, but you know, it's still questionable. As well as O'Neill, there was another man with grayish white hair and a frankly nice mustache, as well as a woman who was formerly employed by the National Institute of Health and spoke on medicine and vaccine funding in regards to Ebola and COVID. So with that, she spoke to the apparent dismay of the committee, but as it would seem by the line of questioning which followed about the public shift in opinion in the wake of more information regarding Anthony Fauci's role in the plausible construction of the coronavirus strain which shut down the country in 2020 and 2021, led me to believe that her inclusion in the hearing was not a mistake at all. With that, it is my view that the procedure was as much of a sham show as the Manson trial was, serving as merely a bait and switch for confirmation biases. What was explained and explored on the topic of MKUltra was neither new or groundbreaking information, all which was stated as facts known for years and easily learned via a quick search on the internet about the topic of United States intelligence apparatus's experimentation on humans. And somehow they neglect to mention the probability that infamously Theodore J. Kaczynski, also known as the Unabomber, was highly likely to have been a subject of such abuses. With that, and in conjunction with the inclusion of the woman from the NIH, it would seem the real underlying point in the whole hearing was primarily to pry at COVID mandates, as well as how it could have been a similar enactment of such experimentation just en masse, especially with the vaccines which came out for the possibly Wuhan lab manufactured pandemic. Now, where it would have any real relevancy to current events aside from that it is in a brief inquiry on online radicalization, is in the regards of Tyler Robinson and Thomas Crooks, the former being Charlie Kirk's alleged assassin, and the latter one whose shot grazed Donald Trump's ear during the 2024 re-election campaign, and how possibly MKUltra's tactics updated with the times and shifted into the online sphere. And in a way, it would be possible to compare it to Jack Ruby shooting Lee Harvey Oswald, or, you know, maybe it was just number 5 Hargreaves all along.